How's it going, everyone? Paul with Adaptable Survival. I'm just out here today doing a scout around the area I normally camp in and shoot videos. So I just wanted to get out here, kind of see how things are shaping up with spring starting to come into bloom here. But what I wanted to talk about is the bag that I'm using on my scout today. This is the Pathfinder Molle Bag. I've had this for about a week now. I don't have a ton of time with it, but what I've liked about it so far is how I have it currently set up. I have it set up as a lightweight scout bag, so stick with me as we dive into it. So like I said, we are going to look at the Pathfinder Molle Bag. Now this bag was designed for the Pathfinder canteen cup set with the stove and everything. I don't have that loaded in here today. What I have loaded in here today is just a lightweight scout setup, just something that gives me enough coverage for my needs and stuff that I'm going to need for the day while I'm out scouting some of the areas I frequent. I'm not going to dive heavily into any of the specs, anything like that. I will link my SRO link down below so you can hop on there, check that out. But what I've liked about this so far is how compact this is and how easy I can just leave this in my truck, and anytime I want to go out for a small hike I can grab it and go. So what we'll do is I'll get close up in here, we'll take a look at some of the outside stuff before we dive on into the contents. Alright, so let's run through the outside of the bag and how I have it set up today. I have my grail. All I do with that is clip it right to the side. I'll run it through the smaller of the molle webbing on the side, but I could easily run it across the bigger strand that's back there. But yeah, you do have two rows of molle webbing here, a thicker piece behind this top piece. You have a deep plastic D-ring with a plastic clip on the shoulder strap with just a gate opening. Then that leads into the shoulder strap. What's nice about this, if you didn't want this shoulder strap piece on here, this padded piece, as I got a loose thread there, you can take this off and just run it with the webbing. Up top, you have a reinforced grab handle, X-box stitching just above the buckle. The X is a little off on here, but I don't think that'll compromise the integrity of that stitching at all. On the back side, I do have, or this bag does have, two straps, so if you wanted to attach this to rows of molle, you could. These D-rings here can just help to kind of keep everything in place, which I won't buckle those quite yet. But behind those, you do have a sleeve. It does have a little bit of a plastic lining, a little bit like a rubber lining on the inside from this outside material, but that's about as big as my hand. Quick. There's nothing on the bottom. On this front part, you have the flap or the lid, however you want to look at it. Has a nice big buckle, and then below that you have a D-ring here, so you can cinch that down. So as I said, I haven't used this for very long yet, so the long-term durability I can't really speak on. I'm just kind of speaking on what I see right off the bat. There are some loose threads here and there, but nowhere where like it's going to impact the stitching or have anything start coming apart on you. Can't speak to every single one out there, but from the one I have my hands on, I don't see any issues there. So let's dive on to the inside. Like I said, have the Grail ultralight attached to the outside here. When you pop this inside open, it still has a liner here, this little flap here. Can't really store anything in, but if you have anything large here, you could easily tuck that up above there. This front pocket, I just have a Silver Ranger. So I've used this, and I've used the Santa MC2 quite a bit. This one I don't use a whole lot. There's reasons behind that, which I'm not going to cover in this video, but I threw it in here because I can leave it in here and stick that in my truck. Then you'll have a zippered pocket here. I don't believe these zippers are YKK, but whether that's a big deal to you or not, that's kind of on you. For me, we'll see how they hold up. But on the inside here, I just have my Nitecore battery bank, and that just houses in this little sleeve behind this outer fabric here. I have some Tinder Quicks, just because they're nice and compact, nice and small. A little Right in the Rain notebook, so I can keep notes. If I want to do some land nav practice, I can easily do that with my Silver Ranger and track my azimuth distance, stuff like that, if I want to do some pole mapping. And then I do have, which is on, my Nitecore NU32. I use this quite a bit as well. I just threw it in here because I don't use it all the time, so I can just leave this thing packed and grab it whenever I want to go. In the main compartment, I have my Tough Possum's Possible pouch with my emergency shelter kit in here. I did a video on this, so we're not going to run through all the contents, but I have the 1 Tiger's ground sheet, 10 pegs, and then my ridgeline and extra cordage. Then just have the bag for my mic. And the only other thing that I have in here is just some snacks for the trail, some biltong sticks, and some Shaka Cola. And that will get us into that main pocket there. Like I said, this is made for the Pathfinder Canteen Cup set, so it'll easily house that. Has a little bit of a lip here, so you can cinch this up, kind of keep everything nice and snug. So far, I have really dug it, and the little bit of a lightweight setup here. So basically, I have everything here, plus what I would have in my pockets. Obviously, my cell phone, which I'm shooting on right now. But then I have a Bic lighter, and then my Swiss Army knife, Ranger 78 or 79. I always get the two mixed up. Only difference is the color of the scales on the outside. So now that we got a look at the outside of it, I wanted to get it on just to kind of show you how it would ride on you. I am 5'9", about 250. Like I said, I have the shoulder strap completely stretched out, so if you're a larger individual, you may have a hard time getting this over your shoulder in this sort of carry configuration, so you may have to find a different shoulder strap for it. But it easily rides right on my backside as I'm walking. You know, my grail's going to kind of bob and weave, but it's not a big deal. And I can easily, you know, hike around with this. It's not going to impede my travel at all. I can climb up stuff, go anywhere I really wanted to. Like I said, if I wanted to practice land navigation, I would have some available resources to do that with my compass and my notebook. So if I wanted to practice some Paul method of mapping, I could do that. So like I said, I haven't had this for a really long time or have loads of miles on it, so I can't speak to the long-term durability of the Molle Bag, but I can speak on the Self-Reliance Outfitters warranty. If you ever have issues, they definitely will help you out and correct that and do good by you. Like I do with all my reviews, just because I work for Pathfinder School and are affiliated with the Self-Reliance Outfitters, that doesn't mean I'm not going to give you an honest review on anything I do a video on. Basically want to get this educational piece out here so you can kind of get an idea of what the product is, you know, the pros, the cons, and weigh that out for yourself. So do me a favor, let me know in the comment section down below what kind of lightweight scout setups you like to run. As you all know, I like to try out new gear at classes and when I'm out on my own to kind of fine-tune my systems. So let me know what you're all using. Go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so far, and make sure to ring the notification bell. That just helps more people get eyes on what we're doing here, brings more people into our community so we can learn together and grow together. As always, it's been Paul with Adaptable Survival. Adapt your mind, your body, and your gear.